Could it be? Are we here? Is it the dreaded morning scene? I think it is. I'm not sure how many concurrent viewers we're going to get this morning, but I woke up early, and I don't really want to do a bunch of video content construction this morning, so instead, I've opted to join all of you. Hello, my friends. I'm not even going to ping people on the server, on the Discord. It's not even going to happen. We're going to see how many people naturally flock to this wondrous event, which will be 0. Ah. So yeah, no, that's it, boys. I figured I named this appropriately. It is definitely worth mentioning, of course, that it is worth it is worth putting up the thumbnail for this. Took me a minute to build it. I'm like, yeah, this is a perfect thumbnail, based on the meme that I'd produced for the channel. Of course, being with the poor Chaos Space Marine sitting there, cigarette half holding out of his mouth, a look of stark depression upon his features. It's just perfect. It's what this channel's all about, I like to think. So, just give me a moment here. I'm just gonna muck around with my settings. Not that it particularly matters at the moment, because we've got an empty channel here, friends. It is empty. There's not a soul here. Such is the power of my intensely sharp abilities. There we go. But, yeah, we've gotten started. I'm a little bit tired. I didn't get quite enough sleep, but I've already been out. I had a milkshake basically in the middle of the night. So here we are. I think we're going to be doing a bit of painting on stream in a minute here, especially as no one has flowed into the chat, which I, to be quite honest, expected. So give me but a moment here, and we will get started. Average watch time, 1 second. That's the best, when you have the average watch time of 1 second. Let's go over to here. Let's just flip over to this position. Put that there. And if people show up, people show up. There we go. Everything's transitioned. Ah! Well then, let's get started, shall we? Oh, we've even got a like on stream. Someone's here. Who that someone is, I don't know, but someone is here. Someone has opted to join us at this maddened time of the morning. Top of the morning to you. It's me. How you been, man? You doing all right? It's been a while since we've done a morning stream. I suspect because I posted 3 videos yesterday that YouTube is probably not overly enthusiastic with my appearance here this morning. But, you know, why not? Not got anything else really going on this morning. We might as well. sure we get a nice solid color on here, boys. That's the plan. Making it look too hand painted. Life's going very well at the moment. You're enjoying my late morning stream. Excellent. You're the only one enjoying it, though. Isn't that the best it's me? You can tell the others that you got me all to yourself. But the others will be jealous of you. It's me. They will not understand the glory that you have achieved here today. All those other plebeians, they will beg at the table for your scraps. Hey, it's Marcus. I'm so sick of my insomnia I wake up only after a few hours. I, too, have had that before. In fact, I had a bit of that tonight, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. I've been sleeping actually quite well lately, but I woke up 4 hours after I went to sleep tonight, and that is why we are here. That is why we are here this morning. I know it's me. I know. Look at this. Marcus came in here. He's got his insomnia, and he stole me away from you. You, sir, had achieved something few others had. You'd achieved something near godhood. And instead, our friend Marcus stole that away from you. It's desperate and sad. Desperate and sad. Very sad. No, it's alright, Marcus. Ah. Even that, he at least could have had the decency to just be in here. Wow. But yeah, no, it's gonna be an interesting day today, I suspect. It's gonna be an interesting day today. Lots of interesting things are going to happen. More leaks are actually expected to drop today, too. Which is not good for Games Workshop. Not because, you know, it's bad for them necessarily, but it's not good for their marketing department. Because those guys don't like it when these things happen, because it removes the reason to show up and watch their exclusive events. They cannot seem to get up on top of those leaks, man. That vessel is leaking like... I don't even know what it's leaking like at this point. It's just insane. The Emperor bless you. The Emperor bless us all. But do you know who blesses us truly? The Dark Gods. Nah, that's not true. The Dark Gods ain't giving you nothing. The only thing the Dark Gods are going to give you is, like, derision. Oh, cool. I'm gonna go to Ireland. Always nice to have an escape plan, I'll tell you that. Neat. It's a nice country from what I've seen so far. Oh, that's good. People enjoying the top of the morning to Ireland. Making slow but steady progress on the Chaos Knight, everybody. Bit of a nice hobby stream here this morning. As you can see, I've also made some progress on this side of it as well. Bit by bit. Bit by bit. The model is completed. Slow and steady wins the race. We've not been doing as much of this on stream lately, just because at the end of the day a lot of people leave the stream when we do hobby stuff, but on the morning stream especially, I don't care. I don't really care on the morning stream. If people aren't that interested in the hobby side of it, just because that's the part I'm most interested in. It's the part that I'm going to be streaming. Even if I really do need to replace this camera setup. It's definitely, like, it is interesting because before the hobby streams would usually pick up a little bit more traction by now. So I suspect that because I put up 3 uploads out yesterday, even though one was only a minute long, YouTube has not put out a notification. I have begun doing this. Ooh, naughty YouTube. It's very naughty. This is what I mean when I tell you you're fighting the algorithm a lot of the time. Fighting the notification system, fighting the subscription system. Just doesn't want to show anybody that you're doing it, basically. Hey, it's Vulcan! Hey, listening in on my drive to work right now. Well, welcome, Vulcan. Whalecome. It is a morning stream, Mira. We're here in the morning. I don't have a whole lot going on, so that's what we're up to right now, my friend. Just doing a bit of painting. Just doing a bit of painting. Because why not? I waited for a few minutes to see if people would turn up in any quantity to talk, and that didn't appear to happen, so now it's time for the morning stream. With the paint. The paint! Vulcan is driving to his forge, that's right. He's getting in there, boys. He's getting in there. There we go. In his Land Raider or in his Stormberg, though? He's doing both. He's juggling between the two of them. He's doing an epic action scene as he jumps between the two vehicles on the freeway. That's what's going on, man. He's a Primarch. He's got the power to do that type of stuff. His morning workout, that's right. Jumping between his Stormbird and his Land Raider. Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha! Just jumping in between. Absolutely, you guys know it. I can't talk at the moment. I'm just doing some very fine detail work on this plate. So we try to get it ready for its washing. Slowly but surely, people seem to be rearing into the chat. Have disasters. Whale, 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 a little night streaming special. It would appear so, Alex Richard. It would appear so. I'm doing squats on the roof of the Land Raider while overhead lifting my Thunderhawk. Raw! Just being a beast up on there, just screaming as he's doing it. Other motorists looking on in horror. Imagine if there was a Primarch that obnoxious that all he did was brag and show off all the time. Like Fulgrim, but worse. He keeps dying and trying to jump from one vehicle to another, but constantly fails to rebound. Only to attempt again. That's where he jumps. Just gets fucked. Just gets totally, just absolutely annihilated by a car. His body just spirals out of the way, crashes into the side of the road. It's bleeding everywhere. He's like, he dies. He just immediately wakes up back in the Land Rover. He's like, let's do this. The machine spirits just in there like, man, just chill. It's like, no, I need my daily workout. I'm gonna get this done. How many more times must you be destroyed by incoming traffic, Master Vulcan? As many times as it takes, brother. many times must I die and be reborn? As many times as it takes, it would seem. Vulcan can actually say my commute kills me. Oh no. No! That's grimdark even for 40k. Just imagine if he just recklessly spent his infinite lives all the time. It's like, oh no, no one would survive this. He's like, yeah, I will. They're like, what? No, Master Vulcan, no, not again! If the squats come out, I will start an army and paint them all super nice so I can post them on stream models. Then you'll have to praise them. Well, I can praise the paint jobs you do on them, but I don't know if I'm going to praise them. But hey, you know what? Maybe it's revenge just for the fact that all your Chaos Terminators aren't valid models anymore. Hey? Hey, Argo? Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case, dude. It's the price one's gotta pay. Not the models, Steve, but the rules are, and the rules are bleak, Steve. Like, they are not looking too chipper so far on the leaked rules, Hidden Bolter and Chainsword right now. There are some big turds waiting in the wings. It's not all bad, but there's some key things that really screw Chaos players around. Only half, and yes, it's revenge for your blasphemy. Connor Riggs! G'day, Connor! How long is Vulcan driving to work if he has time to die multiple times? It's like a 15-minute commute and he manages to get killed like 6 times. That'd be perfect, Connor. Can you imagine? It's like, how do you die every 2 minutes? I'm a reckless driver. I don't respect the rules of the road. Oh my goodness. Instead it's like, yeah, you know, I don't respect the rules of the road, man. The road respects me. Goes out there and gets killed again. Oof, that's hitting below the belt. It's not right to kick Chaos when it's already down. Hey man, it's going down. It's going down. We'll talk about that more in a bit, but it's definitely going down. It's not going well. At least in my opinion. I think it's super skeevy how they've treated the poor guys. And it's only getting skeevier. Even when they get a new release, they get just tongue punched in the butthole. I'm like, guys, was this really necessary? Was this really necessary, you guys? Did we really need to screw all the Chaos Terminators over? Especially considering that we have a flagging fan base for this faction. Do you guys think that was the right decision? RTRT! Hey guys, at least Chaos will spank the Corpse God Worshippers in the end, lore-wise. Hopefully. Hopefully, he drives on the wrong side of the road on a motorbike with no helmet. Where the streets know your name. Where the streets know your name. And he's just getting just annihilated on the road. Body parts splattered all over the place. He's like, it respawns. He's like, now I need another motorbike. Can't believe it's so built so cheap they don't even respawn with me. Just reckless Vulcan. awesome. Just going out there and getting riggedy wrecked. Go. That's brutal. You guys are brutal. I love it. Remember, Chaos players, melt your eyes and go get some fruit fin chickens. Oh my. Now is the time, not for chaos. Now is the time of the Kroot. The Kroot shall be the ones to shape our future. Oof. Yeah, the rumor leaks have not been kind. Like, a lot of them are deceptively good, but they're not really good. Hey, Kage Templar! They have a Harley Davidson dealer in its neighborhood, blows past their sales quotas. Its car insurance is the best in the galaxy. Just getting annihilated on the road every day. Costs him, like, he goes to work to pay for the motorcycles. He doesn't even have a mortgage. He's just constantly going there. His car insurance basically costs him $30,000 a day. It's a good thing he's got that Primarch work ethic. It's getting riggedy wrecked, bro. Almost done the second shoulder back. Don't listen to this loyalist swine. Killer Chaos Space Marines will be great. Far greater than those loyalist scum. Especially those Terminators. They're gonna be just alright, some Chaos boy, I guess. No Fallen rumors in the Chaos. Nope, no Fallen rumors, except for Cypher's gonna be in the book. Speaking of motorbikes being back, Doom Rider. I know, Doom Rider should come back, man. Doom Rider's a better Slaanesh champion than friggin' what's his name is. Definitely a better Slaanesh champion than Lucius the Eternal, but that's not hard. Like, why would Slaanesh have allowed Doom Rider to become such a loser like that? Getting killed by the White Scars and getting decapitated and left in their sacred hold? It's real sad. No way, man. Doom Rider deserved better. Hashtag justice for Doom Rider. Yes, my Land Raider would just go in the straight path into my job. I am the road! Boom, boom! Just blowing past everybody. Bodies piling up on the road as Vulcan's driving to work. The police don't even bother to try to pull him over anymore. They've lost too many cop cars. Trying to get in the way as he just burns past him. The whole time he's telling them to watch where they're going. Watch where you're going! Doom Rider was just too heavy metal, I guess. I know, man. Too heavy metal. Too heavy metal for the plebs at Games Workshop, my dude. Too heavy metal. Too heavy metal, too heavy metal. I'll turn my attention back to the chat in a moment. You'll have to forgive me, I'm just trying to make sure this goes right. Oh. We've almost got this part painted. Almost there. There we go. A little bit of touch-up work to do, but not too bad. Doom. Yeah, man, they could have done Doom Rider again. And instead they gave us Lucius the Eternal. Like, yeah, we need a champion of Slaanesh that's less of a joke. Let's make a new champion. Yeah, what are we gonna call him? We're gonna call him Lucius the Eternal. Yeah, that makes him so awesome. Yeah, I wonder what his abilities are. Let's make him a cuck. Let's make him a big loser. That's his power. His power is to lose perpetually. That'll show all those loyalist scum. Let's see here. I've been touched by Kagorok. Maniacal laughter ensues. The Emperor's Webway project was started so Vulcan can get to work at home without crashing. Oh my goodness. It's like, you see Malkador, it's like, my Lord Emperor, you put the whole of reality at risk with this project. He's just like, Vulcan has destroyed the infrastructure on Terra one time too many. It is the only way forward, Malkador. It is the only way forward for mankind, to save us from Vulcan's reckless driving. Even I could not kill him. I've killed him many times. I've watched him die many times, but he always comes back. Did you see the Panini Warhammer 40,000 sticker book? No, I did not. No, I have not. Let's get this music back on. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to put that on repeat. And let us begin. Let's see here. Let's head back over here for a moment. Imagine a new Doom Rider model with the Emperor's Children Codex comes out. Man, that would be something. To be honest, I would love to see Eidolon. I think Eidolon needs a model. More than anyone, I think my Eidolon needs a model. Hello, Davy Jones. Miss is a strong term. I'm kidding. No, it's cool. How's it going, man? You doing all right? Saw you a couple hours ago, even before I went to sleep. It's good. It's good. It's good. I only noticed this due to post in Discord. Oh no, Thomas. Yeah, they're not giving people their notifications. Because I've posted too much over the last day, but, you know, whatever. At the end of the day, whatever. I'm only here because I want to be here. We're just painting a model right now. That's all we're doing. Nothing too exciting. Nothing particularly huge or groundbreaking. Just sitting here painting a model. Ares is sitting here licking his own butthole. That's what he's supposed to do. We're all doing what we're supposed to be doing, isn't that right, Ares? Just re-solidifying some of these colors. Out a little bit more in some spaces. Go. So the sensible thing to do would be no. Hey, Vigrid, painting some Bullygrins. Wish me Luke. Well, I would wish you Luke, but I think I'll wish you luck instead. I think you need more luck than look. Thomas, you're only saying you can't hang around because you secretly hate me. I understand, Thomas. I understand. I can feel the resentment showing through. I get you. I feel you. It hurts a little bit, but I get it. I don't get why you gotta hurt me like this, dog. Gotta be so hurtful, gotta be so mean. All right. Go. It's looking good, boys. Treat them mean and keep the bar low. Hey, Bear, why do you like the Minotaur so much? I love the Minotaurs because they're absolute pieces of garbage. No, I love them because of the bizarre angle of being cops for Space Marines who follow the edicts of the High Lords. It also helps that they're spawned likely from Iron Warriors. That also does something for me. I like that as well. But those are the principal reasons why I like them. I like it that they basically show up in the cops' theme songs playing in the background as they're forcing civil forfeitures on other Space Marine chapters. Oh, Evangelium, that's pain, dude. I do not envy you. I do not envy what you currently are going to have to go through to get that done. Not a word of lie, man. That's it's not the worst fate in the world, but I wouldn't wish that on somebody. That sucks. We're just going through. We're doing our armor, the trim on these armor panels. There's only the legs really left to do. I've already gone through and I've done a lot of the washing so far. The reason why I stopped doing individual plates is I realized, I'm like, wait a second, I should probably finish all these at the same time and then just do all the washes at the same time, because that will look better. And like I felt my brain expand several fold as that took place. So I was like, wait, no. Have I been dumb this whole time? And the answer was yes. But you don't admit that. Oh crap, I admitted it on stream. Why would I do this? Why would I admit this on stream? Just going in, doing multiple thin layers of bronze. Build this up, especially in the larger panel area. His brain's starting to wrinkle. He's doing it to get the sads now. That's right. You guys, you have to remember, if you simply keep your brain smooth, you won't have problems anymore. You just have to smooth your brain out and you won't feel any pain. Will God judge me harshly for using 4 highlights on my Eldar Fire Dragon butts? No. No, he won't. He'll give you a warm embrace. Leaks where? Oh, Abaddon. Abaddon, you know what? Let's do this. Let's head back over to this part of the camera for at least a few minutes here. Who wants us to go over the pain? Who wants us to go over the pain? I think that we're going to have to do it. I think we're going to have to go over the pain just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just for Abaddon. For Abaddon the Despoiler, we have to do it. Not again, man. Stop. So Argo felt a great deal of despair when we did this last night. Argo felt the pain. He felt the ever-present pain of knowing that Chaos Space Marines are going to continue to be at the bottom of the barrel. All because Games Workshop has a deep and secret resentment for them. So, there's a lot of analysis. There's a lot of analysis and review of these poor Chaos Space Marines being poo. So I'm going to try to keep some of it pretty short and sweet. I'm going to read over what they're getting first, and then we're going to go into the thread, and I'm going to tell you guys why they're still trash. Why they're still garbage. Why they're still the bottom of the barrel. Why they're still just making it all the way to the bottom, baby. Hey, it's Mitchie! Have a great day, Mitchie. Thank you for being here. You know I love you, brother. So, behold. I was asked to zoom this in before. We're going to zoom it in again. So, as you can see here, this is reliable leaks on the Bolter and Chainsword threads. Let's go. I just finished 1,000 points of Chaos Space Marines. Well, my friend, I hope you've got a garbage chute ready. For the record, they are going to get better than they are right now, but they're not going to be good. They're not going to be good, Connor. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bum you out. I know that people don't like hearing this stuff, but I can tell you why they're not going to be good. Oh, neither do I about like I'm not playing right now Abaddon. I just think this is high humor. Like, you know, because like I build and paint the miniatures. I don't really play the game at the moment because I think it's not in a great state. But stuff like this does not add to that. They're heading into the duffel bag of destruction, my friends. That's where they're all headed. They're going to get tossed in the bag. Also, I did notice that we gained a new subscriber on stream so far today. So what I am going to do as well is if that new subscriber is here, I'm going to add our Discord link in the chat. So if you are new here, please sign up for our Discord. You will have a good time. We have a wonderful time there with our meme section, the duffel bag of destruction, as well as our general chat. We are getting more and more active on the Discord. We have over 100 members right now, and we're going to continue to grow that. It's going to be great. It's a free Discord for everybody, and it's where you participate in Sunday stream models. So, join it, you plebs. So, when we look here, Space Marine Doctrine, similar Space Marine Doctrine, except for exploding on 6s, unmodified rolls to hit. So, yeah, not great in my opinion, because most of their weapons are not very good. Instead of +1 AP, they could have used that AP. Still 3 levels that affect during the weapons. The weapon listed below are not confirmed by my sources, but 1 Legion traits are confirmed by my source as well as the names. So what I'm about to list as maybe subject to change. Destruction Doctrine, Heavy/Grenade. Rapid Fire, Massacre Doctrine is a Rapid Fire Assault Pistol. And Slaughter Doctrine is Assault Pistol Melee. So these things are all things that happen at different stages of the battle when they have the Doctrine area. Slaughter, I suspect, is at the tail end of the game, where they're going to give you benefits for Melee and Assault. Massacres in the middle, and Destructions at the beginning. Marks can only be applied to core and characters. Icons, +1 combat attrition for Vengeance. Wrath is +1 AP in melee. Flame is +1 AP at shooting. Excess is +1 to hit. Despair is 6s to hit equal auto wounds. You can choose chaos to please the gods and not win, sadly. I know the gods only respect victory, though. Haven't played much since the 5th edition, but how about, 10,000 points of chaos spread over 4 armies? Great time to be thinking about starting playing again. Well, they're better now than they were before. I need to point this out. Like, your video feed is covering the text. Good! That's the point. That's what we're doing. That's the point. That's how we do. That's how we do. That's how we do. That's how we do it. So all legions are getting 6 warlord traits, 8 relics, and 8 stratagems each. My face is probably better than what you're gonna read on this fucking page. I wouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth this way, boys. I wouldn't do that. So legion traits, Night Lords add -2 leadership and an additional combat attrition, +1 to advances and charges when they're in slaughter mode. When using pistol assault melee versus below half strength unit or leadership 6 or below, +1 to wound. Sure. Now Argo's is saying like, you're killing me! You're killing me! So, very circumstantial. Not great for the, like, +1 to advance, +1 to charge. Okay, you know. People are looking at the leadership part of this. I'm like, man, the leadership, I don't know how well that's going to actually do for you. Leadership's not a great mechanic in Warhammer 40,000 right now. So now we get over to the Iron Warriors, who are particularly going to get, like, just absolutely tongue-punched. And again, people are like, no, they're great. No. So, they ignore cover. Same as the Imperial Fists. Alright, guys. Pump that stock. They're basically shiny Imperial Fists. They reduce AP by 1 or 2 by 1. So basically, if you shoot them with a bolt rifle, they get their full armor save. If you shoot them with a autocannon, they get a 4-up save. No, that's actually not terrible. Then they have Wanton Destruction, which takes place during their assault, during their destruction phase, where heavy/grenades versus vehicles, buildings, and units get +1 to wound. Well, funny thing about that, you're going to avoid being in cover against Iron Warriors because they ignore cover, so they're not going to benefit from part of that. But the other thing about it is they don't have many heavy weapons in the Chaos Space Marine Army to actually use. So, because it's specifically heavy weapons. Wow, so like the army with not a lot of heavy weapons gets a benefit for using heavy weapons. We're done here, boys. Thank goodness for the Iron Warriors. Losers. Word Bearers have not a bad series of traits. Yeah, I know, he freaked out for no reason. They have no heavy weapons. Like, they have very few. The Chaos Army actually has not a lot of capability on that front. It's just not something to be worried about. Like, get this. In a lot of cases, these rules would be better if they applied to armies that had the capability of exploiting these rules. Chaos Space Marines do not have the capability of exploiting their own rules. This is the problem. Guys, we have over 20 people in the chat here right now. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here today. If you're enjoying your time here, please consider that like button. If you are wanting to stick around and join us for our streams, we do at least one stream a day, every day. I would appreciate it if you subscribed. However, if not, we'll catch you some other time in the future, I'm sure. But anyway, they get 5+++ versus mortal wounds, and during the final stages of the battle, during slaughter, they more or less get to additional mortal wounds per unit, potentially on 6s when they're in melee or assault or whatever, right? I think the last part is overstated. I'm not that worried about that. I think the first part is amazing, where their charges give them rerolls. That's crazy. That is actually really good. 5+++ versus mortal wounds is not... It's very circumstantial, but, you know, don't turn it down. So I think Word Bearers actually come out pretty good. Black... Pretty good, you know, for the army that they are. Black Legion, they ignore combat attrition. That's actually not bad. Even though leadership's not a great mechanic, ignoring combat attrition entirely. That means if you have Night Lords fight Black Legion, Night Lords get just annihilated. So then you've got +1 to hit when they charge or shoot at the closest unit. Not bad. Wanton Massacre for rapid fire and assault pistols exploding 5s during their doctrine phase. Not terrible. Some people pointed out this one's pretty good. I think that it's not as good as the Word Bearer one, but it's not bad. Emperor's Children, not from his source in the book, have a way of consistently hitting on 2s. But we don't have enough information on them yet to really delve into it. Greetings, fellow Iron Warriors. So does the sacrifice of the god of murder... Oh yeah, it's continuing, Org. You know what's even the best? I actually put you on a meme in our Discord, and it actually got some pretty good traction on Reddit. I will show off that on Reddit for everyone once this is done. Red Corsair's in there, not in there. Creations of Bile are in there. Cypher's in there, so the Fallen will be a part of this as well. Cult units. They no longer are in the core book, but you can join them up to your army. They don't get your Legion trait, but they don't break your army's Legion formation. Iron Warriors should have some kind of grenade launcher like Death Guard have. Might Kish Bash some. Yeah, no, that'd be a cool looking model, but I don't think they're going to give you that. Fallen, no. Oh, no, wait. Fallen, no in the Codex. Even though Cypher is in there. No in the Codex. They're going down. They're going down. Chosen, 3 wounds. Use Thunderhammer. This is where the beautiful part begins. So anyone here who plays Chaos Space Marines, if you have built your Chaos Space Marines with different loadouts, meaning you've got a unit with 4 Meltas, or a unit with 4 Plasmas, or you have a unit with like 4 Flamers, or anything like that, get out. You're not allowed anymore. They are locked to what's in the box. You can't have 4 Plasma. You can't have 4 Flamers. You can't have all of the weapon choices for melee. You're locked to what's in the box. And it gets even better. That means if you want Lightning Claws, get out. No Lightning Claws for you. You get 1 guy in the squad with Lightning Claws. That's it. You're not allowed more than 1. You've got 1 pair of Lightning Claws, or get out. Oh my goodness. Poor decisions have been made here today, my friends. The audacity to call it beautiful. Mutilators, gone. Get out of here. No plastic models for you. Warp Talons. Here's where this is going to get brilliant, folks. Who wants to... So, looking at this here, who wants to see the big brain move? Okay? Hear me out. Warp Talons, lost cancel Overwatch, which is actually a very powerful ability. Right? So it's very powerful ability. That's gone. They gain no fallback. Now, you think to yourself, wow, no fall buff. No fallback. That's pretty intense. You can't fall back from the unit. You can't fall back from the unit. You can't go back in time. You're locked in. You're locked in. You're locked in. Well, guess what? They're 5 attacks each with a pair of lightning claws. A unit of 5 gets 25 power weapon attacks with multiple damage claws that reroll the wound. Like, there's no unit in the game that is going to be able to fall back from these guys because they're going to kill them in the first round of melee. It's a pointless rule. It's an absolutely pointless rule. This is a sad rule for a sad army. Like, you know, like it's something that's circumstantial at best. This is real, Evangelium. These are the leaks that are dropping. These are the leaks that are dropping. They're dropping like little turds into the toilet bowl. If I were to give the Warp Talon rules a rating, I'd give them a 2 out of 10 because that's poo. Don't get me wrong, 5 attacks per model? Great. But they've given them a... Like, this is indicative of the entirety of the unit. Unless they kill the Warp Talons like Blade Guard. Yeah, like, you know, but Blade Guard would be an example of a unit that wouldn't be able to pull back. But why would they want to? They just want to keep fighting you anyway. It's not like... yeah, the Knight is likely just to shoot them, though. Right? Like, you know, he can't pull out of combat. Oh, well, he'll just shoot him and he'll shoot into melee. He's a Knight. He's allowed to do that. He'll just kill them that way. Raptors still have a -1 leadership aura, so Raptors are going to be good in theory inside of the Night Lords. They get an additional attack or 2, so they seem to be getting more attacks in melee, but they don't hit like Warp Talons do. So I actually think that they would... Hear me out. Hear me out. Who wants a crazy idea here? You give the Warp Talons the -1 leadership aura, and you give the Raptors the gain no fallback aura, because Raptors are actually a unit that ties people up in melee. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy that you move your Raptors and you start hacking into a couple guard squads, and now they can't pull back? Because you're not going to overkill with your Raptors. They're a cheaper unit. Wouldn't it make more sense if the Raptors had no fallback? Wouldn't that be crazy? No! Get out of here. Get out of here, bear. Wouldn't it make sense for the Warp Talons to provide a -1 leadership aura as they bend reality around everyone? So they're going through and they're just... Oh, I know, my brain is wrinkling, everyone. I'm getting sad. I can feel the wrinkles appearing in my brain. My God. We're doomed now. So, like, if this is in any way real, if this is in any way accurate as to what they're actually getting, why don't they just give them a friggin' enema and just get over it? Just give the whole army an enema. Flush it out. So, next we go on to Obliterators. These guys are actually okay. Can shoot units that are engaged in range with them. Sure. In melee, they have Power Fists without -1 to hit. They're little dreadnoughts, so that makes sense. 3 different shooting profiles, again, that makes sense. Havoc's exactly the same, but 2 wounds. Havocs are now the golden boys of this codex, dude. They actually work in some of these armies, and they're going to put some work in. But I've always been a big fan of Havoc, so I think that Havoc's being strong is a no-brainer. Stratagems, something to ignore in Vulns. 4chan leak, take with a grain of salt, like EC could destroy Custodes, hitting them on 2+ and start ignoring invulnerable saves. Yeah, I don't believe that. Night Lord's Deep Strike strat for jump packs, Deep Strike turn 1. So there you go. Night Lords can get in on that Deep Strike on turn 1. Night Lord's Vox Screen disables auras. That's actually quite good, so they have a good one there. Iron Warriors, Ectoplasm Forge Feed hits on 2+ and does a flat 4 damage. I don't know what I think about that. I think it's circumstantial, and I think that Forge Fiends with Plasma doing 4 damage a shot isn't that intimidating. New Cultist HQ unit, new Cultist Mutants, and it's implied that Cultists, you'll have to have 1 squad of Marines for 1 squad of Cultists. Oh boy. Hey, we found some heavy weapons of the Iron Warriors with the Havoc. Yeah, that's the only unit that's going to get to benefit from that. Isn't that exciting? So you see people in here, you know, like talking about it, and some of them are getting depressed, some of them are getting sad. But I think that one guy came in here swinging that big boy around, and it's fantastic. And his name's I don't say this name. It's Deus Vault, I believe it is. And he dropped some, like, him and Megavolt 87 are just dropping facts on people in this chat, and it's just ruthless. And I want to find the second one by Volt, because Volt just eviscerates this joke. So I want to point out that I agree with this assessment, and that's why I'm reading it. I agree with this. I think that this is accurate. I think that if you are on here on this stream, you should take this with a word of wisdom. The rules in general seem quite bad. Doctrines are not good in general. For melee armies, they are serviceable activating turn 3, but rapid fire then tends to feel rather poor, and particularly for heavy weapons doctrines, they are abysmal. The Legion traits mostly seem pretty weak and will not matter against quite a few armies. Iron Warriors, for example, want enemies to use cover, but their rules remove any benefit for cover except for blocking line of sight, so the enemy can simply not get into cover but will work to remain behind it when possible, or as far from the front as they desire. Objective markers cannot be placed in terrain for matched play. There is a large amount of negative AP3 and is traditional method of removing Marines. Armies such as Eldar jump from AP0 to AP -3 in most circumstances, and AP -3 appears increasingly common for them and other armies. Chaos Space Marines do not have a wealth of weapons or units options Loyalists do in order to utilize these styles of rules, and even Loyalists have suffered trying to make them work. The Loyalist Marine armies able to form comfortable lists tend to do so from rules other than their turn-based doctrines, and for some with little concern for their chapter traits. That does leave some potential, but I am personally doubtful. That the mention of damage 4 plasma from the Forge Fiend leads me to believe that Demon Smith's Warlord trait has been changed from +1 to hit on 6s to +1 damage on 6s to wound, as mentioned in the supplement rules mostly remaining. The only rules that stand out are the Black Legion traits. It's annoying that these leaks would spell out Games Workshop has little concern for Chaos Space Marine if confirmed, though. Multiple options removed and getting second-hand Loyalist rules already considered an edition out of date. What's the longest I've grown the beard? About twice as long as this. I don't usually keep it that long. I don't really like it that long. The Suit Vault. Yeah. I prefer the Hades autocannons, still trying to find a way to make the dread of them. What an iron Chad. I know this guy's got brass balls, boys. I gave him a like. He got the Starscream like from me, my friends. You know, there's nothing more ruthless than just dropping the truth on folks. And that's what this guy did. He came in there, he saw what was going on, and he just blasted people with the truth. I'm sure their eyes were burned. It's like watching the end of Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark. You know, where all their flesh is melting off and everything. Yeah, man. There it is. Just goes in and just hammers him. Just hammers him. Just ruthless. I love it. Brutal. And... oh yeah, we're up to 40 upvotes now. I put this together for the channel. I think you guys will enjoy it. This is the real reason the avatar of Khaine comes to us now. And I will create the fuller, more expansive picture for you guys. If you look in the top left corner, the loadouts options similar to Death Guard Blightlords, and it's just this Chaos Space Marine sitting there, smoking. He looks sad. This leak is like the end of Mass Effect 3. I wish there was a tabletop strategy game or Stargate game. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then I've got Jorg, our Iron Warrior. He goes, good thing Khaine is going to come out after this murder of the Chaos Space Marine players. He's the right guy to come out. I want to let everybody know that the Dark Gods have fallen, and it is now time for Khaine to rise once more. Khaine has risen from the ashes like the great phoenix that he is. The bloody-handed god of murder has arrived after stabbing the Chaos Space Marine players through the back. The wailing doom shrieked as it penetrated their bodies. He stepped over their corpses, and he has ascended to a new level. He is more powerful than Khorne. He is more powerful... It's more powerful than Slaanesh or any of those other lowbrow gods, those trash gods. The gods of trash have been overturned by the arrival of the bloody-handed god of murder. So the next units are Chosen and Havocs. Yeah, I mean, Havocs are already out, but Chosen, I don't think Chosen are going to be that good. I really don't. I actually think they're going to be pretty mediocre, personally. Much like the book. I think that this is going to be a real bad look. If it isn't Leman Russ has joined us in the chat. The Primarch himself has arrived, everyone. So yeah, like, I warned people earlier this year. I was like, hey guys, don't get too excited for this Chaos leak. I think that Chaos are probably not heading in a good direction. They don't have the right units to make any new rules work. Well, boy, does it suck being right sometimes. He let Morathi kill him in AOS so he could fully return in 40k. That's right, Davy Jones. He died in AOS so that he could return in 40k. I hate that storyline, though. That's ridiculous. I hate that. They killed off Khaine and replaced him with Morathi. That's such lowbrow trash. Another reason to dislike Age of Sigmar. Might as well call it the Age of Shitmar, dude. But yeah, there we go. We've got a ton of people in here commenting on different things. But it's a good time. I think everybody's having a good time. It's a good time. Good time to be a Chaos Space Marine player. That's what I think. I think it's a great time to be a Chaos Space Marine player. I think Chaos Space Marines are really getting that rub. They're getting the Vix Vapor rub of Vix Vapor rub of Codex updates. We are dropping people in the concurrent viewer count. People are out of here. People are mad. People are upset. Wonder if we're getting hit with the unsubscribe wave. Is that happening right now? We've not been hit with an unsub wave, though. People have not been clearing out in that respect. Abaddon, Iron Warriors will have to spam heavy weapons if they can get access to them. And remember, you're going to have to make it work on turn 1 for you, too. So, I don't know how well that's going to work. Whose blood stains your hands? Oh, Mighty Khaine. Ah, the Chaos Terminator's blood. Glorious! I'm so hyped for Cow Space Marines, and I mean this. Yeah, dude, I'd be hyped for Minotaurs, too. Iron Warriors will have to span heavy weapons, Chaos, the Chosen of the Dark Gods, 10,000-year-old veterans of the Long War. So like a unit of champions will be an awkward mix of weapons. You're damn right, RT. Damn right. This is the ideal avatar of Khaine body. You might not like it, but it is what peak performance looks like. The best thing that happened to Chaos Space Marine is Mini Wargaming Dave's new range. Oh, you might be right. You might be right, Evangelium. Games Workshop is trying to push Chaos players to quit 40k and start 30k. I don't think so. I think that they actually think this is good. I just think it's going to be bad, to be honest. I think that this is. I think that a lot of people took a first look at this and got excited, and then as soon as any critical analysis came in, they're like, "Oh man, maybe this is actually trash." And that seems to be the case, at least in my opinion. My sodium intake is too high. I can't look at the Chaos Space Marine leak. Khaine really did a fisting on those Chaos players. Bloody-handed God of Murder, indeed. Absolutely. The God of Murder came in there and murdered the forces of Chaos. That is how this happened. That's how this went down. We're going down. We're going down. Defiler, Havoc, Forge Fiend, Vindicator, Predator, Land Raider. Yeah, you can't take all of them at once, though. And you won't be able to hold ground, and they can just hide from you on turn 1. Which is where your heavy weapons ability is. So it's extremely circumstantial. You're trying to make that work for you, and then they can often outshoot you after your heavy weapons doctrine is over. So I don't know if I would rely on. I don't know if I'd rely on that. You know, people actually need to be able to hold ground, and that's an army that can't hold ground, and it relies on alpha striking, and alpha striking is not reliable for an army as slow as Chaos Space Marines are. You guys can probably see Ares walking around in the background. They're just too slow. They're just too slow, and the terrain rules don't favor them. Alright, Ares, come on, buddy. There we go. Ares is with us on stream now. The best part of the stream has begun. The doggo part of the stream. Yeah, you a good boy, buddy? You a good boy? Not really. We'll say you're a good boy because you're so snuggles. You're just a snuggly boy, aren't you, buddy? Mr. Snuggles, huh? Yeah, you're such a good boy. You're so snuggly. Gotta get you into the groomer, I suspect, buddy. Doggo makes me feel better. Yeah, man, I'd feel better too. Doggo improve. Ares is so quiet. I know he's a very quiet dog. He doesn't really bark very much. He just likes chilling out with people. He's a very good boy. Aren't you, buddy? We're gonna have to get you into the groomers. I know, yeah, it's so exciting, isn't it? Not really. It's not really all that exciting. Forge World drop pods and drills to help speed for Chaos Space Marines. If you're having to look towards Forge World to make your army playable, I would argue that you're in a bad space. We have not done a Tyranid rating stream yet, but we may do one in the future, Byron. Vindicators, Havoc, Obliterators, and my drills. My army will be invincible. Hey, it's Mari. Sup, bud? Daedalon. Yeah, no, I recognize the avatar. Daedalon from the Valrax over here. Adorable doggo. Yeah, everybody loves Ares. Ares is the dog to be. Ares is the dog to beat. He's the hypno doggo. Isn't that right, buddy? Isn't that right? Yeah, he just wants an unending level of attention from me that I can never really, give him. He's only 14 months old, but he's a good way of destroying everything that comes into contact with him. You've missed us talking about the Chaos Space Marine leak, though, which is great because it's basically garbage. The poor Chaos Marines are gonna get absolutely run over like a truck. They're gonna get just split into. I, for one, look forward to watching them get entire. Oh yeah, it's RIP, dude. Yeah, that's right. We're only 29 subscribers away, Ira. In 29 subscribers, we will hit the monthly set goal to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the month. I do not believe that we're going to gain many more subs this stream, but if we do, that will be fantastic. So yeah, no, it's, oh boy! Hypno, I gotta rewatch the Futurama again. Yeah, man. It's the Hypno Toad sitting there, wow, wow. Oh man, this is so brutal. So brutal. Also, by the way, Greater Possessed seemed to be out of the book. Speaking of Chaos, I ended up backing the Rabbit. Oh, yeah, the mini Wargaming one. Yeah, a lot of people are really looking at that. I actually like the way their vehicles look. Their pseudo-rhinos, I think, look really good. Protect the chair, bear. Remember the fallen pink chair. And cheap. I can't get that pink chair, man. I just can't do it. Oh my god, you know what? Some of them are getting... The hopium is getting high for some of these poor guys. The copium. I'm gonna put this one up. You guys will love this. Look at this. Look at these poor bastards. I think we need that guy who won the tournament for Forge World Chaos and spam. Yeah, all he did was spam Forge World Space Marine units with Abaddon as his leader. That's so bad. I think Mini Wargaming Chaos do not look... Yeah, they do look a little bit too busy, but you know what? It's better than some of the other stuff they've been getting lately. But yeah, look at this. Bub, I want my Chaos back, bub. Yeah, he's just sitting there like, oh, Chaos 3.5, save me! This is so bad. It's so bad. I love it. Oh, everybody does. I love my Chaos 3.5 Codex. I played it. I played the hell out of it. So I started Chaos really with my word bearers after Index Astartes word bearers came out. I built a huge word bearers force. They were the mainstay of my 40k armies for almost 15 years, and I finally turned my back on them after I bought like 100 models during 8th. But yeah, this is the great deluge of trash the poor Chaos Marines are gonna get. I'm sorry, boys. I wish I could. I feel like Ash from the Alien film. He's just sitting there. He's just like, I don't like your chances, but you have my sympathies. After he screwed them all over, I feel like that. This thing was like, just grin back at them as they've all been condemned to die. Brutal, just brutal. Yeah, man. Like, there's a lot of not great things in here right now. People are now talking about the 3.5 Codex instead of talking about the new Codex. In the new Codex thread, they're like, you guys remember the good old days? You guys remember 20 years ago when we were cool? Oh my goodness. The hopium. The hopium is real. They're like, you guys remember the good old days? Just brutal. It's dead, Jim. It's dead. And I agree. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's sad to see, man. It's sad to see as you're just sitting there like, guys, maybe it's gonna be better this time, you guys. Maybe it's gonna be better. Maybe it's gonna be better, you guys. Maybe this time Daddy GW will give me a big high five. Maybe this time Daddy GW loved me. Remember the IG 3.5 Codex? Oh yeah, the Close Combat Guard Horde? That was hilarious, running a whole army of Catachans up there. Oh man, it was brutal. Traitor legions of heresy are crying in their graves at this. I know, right? It's all wrong there. No! Why has this been allowed to happen to us? Nostalgium, hopium, copium. It just can't get any worse. I know, this is amazing. Oh my goodness. So brutal. So brutal. I love it. Oh no, Lehman's coming in here. Lehman is just like, I'm so glad the Codex is gonna be terrible. Means less people were playing and I'll get to keep my high ranking score in RTC. You won't though, Lehman, because you play World Eaters, and I think World Eaters are gonna have a far more capable Codex than this. Had a good joke on stream last night. Viewer brought up the price of models being and someone said, brother, I am pinned in debt here. Brother, I am pinned in debt here! GW is the Emperor and Chaos players are the Primarchs. Oh my goodness. Chaos players are not the Primarchs. Chaos players get no respect. The Emperor at least feigned respect. Chaos players are like the Interrex, dude. Oh yeah, this is the quote from Ash. I can't lie about your chances, but you have my sympathies. Which model were you wondering about, Byron? I can probably tell you what year they were released, or I can find out. Just brutal. Just brutal. Wow. Well, if they want to play traders, they can always just buy some Dark Angels. I agree with you, Marcus. I agree with you. The only traitor legion now are the Dark Angels. Oh, so painful. Like, man, this is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable they would allow this to happen. Just ruthless. Just coming in there with the shiv, man. He's holding on to the shiv. He's stabbing away. No one's stopping him. Now I know what Forax of the Iron Warriors felt. He lost the spark, fell to despair. Are we just here to suffer? The answer to that might actually be yes. Chaos players are like the Thunder Warriors, good at the beginning and just to be thrown away. Yeah, it's pretty true. I'm Nostalgius Hopius Copus, players of the murdered faction, father of the painted unplayable armies. I will have my vengeance. Got my first ITC game of February 19th in the London Open. Well, that's great to hear, Lehman. That's great to hear. Remember, Lehman, Chaos is going to get remotely better for a little while. Just a little while. It's going to be a little bit better for a little bit of time. It's going to be great. Everyone's going to have a great time as Chaos is, yeah. And the Obliterators are only available in the starter box and will not be receiving a new miniature yet. They're still not getting their new miniatures. That's right, you just get the starter box for the easy build ones, bro. That's all you get. That's all you deserve, Jorg. That's all you deserve. You deserve nothing more than that. GW has determined that your value as a player is worth very little. It's worth very little to them. Brutal. I know, RT came out with the most scathing one. I am Nostalgius Hopius Copius, player of the murdered faction, father of the to painted unplayable armies, and I will have my vengeance. He should go full gladiator with that and be like, I will have my vengeance in this life or the next. Just awesome. Just imagine, just brutal. It's so bad. I'm stunned. I really am. It's like, this doesn't even make sense to me. Metal Gear meme, boss, you just killed a child. That's what this codex reminds me of. Oh, I know, Marcus. It's bad. I can't believe that they've allowed this to happen. And, like, you know, I just can't believe it. Like, I thought they would at least be a little better than this, but no, they're just getting the shiv treatment. I think this is the death knell for a faction. Oh, and I don't say that lightly. I think that this is the beginning of the end for Chaos in a very real way. I think they will have a brief boost in sales as people consume the copium, and then they're going to find out real hard, real quick that they're not good, and then they're just going to finally... They've already had tons of veterans just walk away from the game. I think that's just going to be a further outro of people just getting out. If you're a big fan of Chaos, at least if these leaks are true, this army is not going to be very good. Next time I go to the table and people ask why is your army gray, I will pull out a Chaos Space Marine Codex out. I expect sad head pats and hugs. York's comment inspired me. I know, right? York is the king of the salt right now, dude. Like any iron, if you need salt, just ask an Iron Warrior. They'll be able to get it for you. Iron Warriors are masters of the salt. Lehman says that I will be the last Chaos Space Marine. Lehman, you play World Eaters. It's not the same thing. Don't worry, Chaos players, squats are coming. That's right. If you're unhappy with what is going to be happening here, my friends, if you're unhappy with the fact that Chaos Space Marines seem to be getting absolutely just tag-teamed and annihilated, don't worry, my friends. Don't worry. Because our wonderful friends are going to allow you to collect squats instead. Do you think the 40k lore changing to make Chaos not the big bad anymore? Maybe Tyranids will take their place. They will in 10th edition for at least a little while. I think that 10th edition is going to be the Tyranid edition. I will buy me some Chaos squats. Hey man, Chaos Squats are probably in a better place than regular Chaos Space Marines. And the prices won't even get lower. That's right. The prices are going to go up. You're going to pay more to get less. Ya boy! Man, what a sad circumstance. That's just depressing. It really is. Like, oh, hey guys, I play Chaos Space Marines. You guys think that's cool, right? You guys think it's cool? There's not much discussion about this stuff on Reddit yet, but when that codex drops, you're gonna see some not great some not great understanding. Yeah, just brutal. Just brutal. And we've got people, you know what? Another major thread they've got coming up is in their general chat is hatred of Ninth. Playing your way. Yeah, people are basically walking away from Ninth in a real way. Like, which has slowly been happening. But it's not like they're going to Age of Sigmar. Age of Sigmar is bleeding players too. Oh, here we go. Mari, oh, you want 10 Chaos Marines? Well, here's 5 for the same price in their monopose. Yeah, he gets it. What if the Squats return as the new Chaos faction of the 5th Chaos God, like the Horned Rat? Well, yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't mind Chaos Squats, to be honest with you, RT. I would think that would actually be... It's not what I would want, but at the very least it would be a better faction than just Imperial Squats, which is what I suspect people will get. Oh, you know what? This is actually further what I've said. A lot of people are basically going, hey, you know, what would you do about stratagems? One of the top responses here from Scribe. Look at that. We'll zoom right in. You're going to get to see it. I'm going to make sure you see it in bold, big letters. Replace stratagems with? The answer is nothing. You don't need to replace them with something. It's an extra system tacked onto the game. The game does not need it. It's more subsystems the game does not need. If you have pressing rules you want to include it in the army. There's no reason for this. In general, there's no reason from stratagems. If there is going to be command points should be used exclusively in the army construction phase. They have no place in the main game. Yeah, Titanicus is a better game. I've not even played it and I can tell you it's a better game. Brutal. Yeah, like they're... But yeah, a lot of people are walking away from Ninth right now. Like, I even just noticed this thread and like, yeah, people are talking about how they're not pleased. And to be honest, in general, I don't think a lot of people are happy with Ninth. And I know GW knows that not a lot of people are happy with Ninth. So I guess it's good that Games Workshop's coming out and curb stomping their Chaos players. Because, you know, why not? If you have people leaving Ninth anyway, you can just blame their exodus on Ninth. Titanicus is actually one of their best games. It's just too expensive to play, Pete. It's an incredibly high investment to play that game. Nobody I know out here plays it. I'm sure it's a great game. I've not seen anything from it out here. Like it's like where I live. It's like there's a lot of Games Workshop products that have been played traditionally, but yeah. But how will GW justify $25 card packs if there are no stratagems? They'll live. I'll take my face off here so you guys can see this. Look at this. Look at this. This couldn't get any worse for Chaos players and Necron points drop in 2022? Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Look at that. Just getting hit with the truth bomb. That's brutal. Just brutal. It's like hearing the brutality thing in oh, Pete Miller goes, I know 4 Warlords, 4 Reavers, 4 Warhounds, 9 Imperial Knights, and yeah, like, this is too much, man. It's way too much cost. I hate to say it. Like, I'm sure it's a great game, except for 2 problems. First of all, I don't do Imperial versus Imperial. That's boring as piss for me. Second of, like, you know, because for me, I need more of it than just, like, game good. Like, I play Bolt Action not just because it's the best tabletop game I've played. I play Bolt Action because it's a World War II game, and I find that interesting. Hey, Chaos Buds, let's go play Drop Zone Commander! Hey there, friends! We dear former Chaos Space Marines, let's go play ourselves a game of Gates of Antares! Why? Why not? There's nothing for us here! The entire game should be 5 rounds of rolling initiative, where whoever wins 3 out of 5 rounds wins the game very streamlined. I don't think so at all. I think... I'm going to throw out some controversy here. I think that the only round that should truly matter is round 5. Yeah. I think round 5 is the only round that actually matters. I think in real life, battles are not won by being good at the beginning of them. Like, if you look at the beginning... Titanicus, you mean Battletech? Hey, man, I play Battletech. I've got hundreds of mechs. And I spent... For me to have 160-something mechs for Battletech cost me less than a Titanicus army. I mean, I got into other stuff thanks to GW's mistakes. In love with the game called Conquest. Yeah, you told me about that before, Mari. Conquest, I wish that more people played it out here. And you know what? I don't have the energy that I used to be a promoter. I used to be a community builder, where I would basically go out and be like, oh, let's play this game. I know a few other guys who are like that too, where you're the one going out there, you're drumming up support, you're buying multiple armies for yourself so that other people can play with you, you're roping people into the game, you're making community events, and you're hoping people show up and stuff. But, you know, I've been like that for a long time. Have yourself a great one, Abaddon. Thank you for joining us as always. You know, I always like having you around. We'll catch you next time. No, I refuse to have a good night, Abaddon. I'm too big of a man for that. Yeah, I love some of the miniatures for Conquest, but as I said, it's just... There's no beating heart for Conquest out here. In fact, like, Warhammer Fantasy is the only game out here that ever really had much traction that was more like a rank-and-file game, unfortunately. I'm Blood-named Ghost Bear player. From the dawn of the clans. I fight for the Free Worlds League, my friend. I'm not much of a clanner, but the only clan I like is Clan Ghost Bear. So, there is some solidarity there between us. Yeah, there's too many, like, stratagems have got to go, hey, it's Neo-Isolationist. Chaos Space Marines will never be as good as the 3.5 Codex. The question is the Army playable? I don't think it's playable. I don't even think it's going to be mid-tier. I think it's going to be worse than the Necrons. They will improve from where they are right now. That much I can tell you, Neo-Isolationists, but I think that they're not. I think that they're going to get absolutely wrecked. I think Custodes will be better. I think Gene Stealer cults will be better. I think the only armies I can think of that will be worse offhand are going to be like Imperial Guard. And who else other than Imperial Guard? Hey, Duke Cowell. Yeah, no, like I'm blanking on it because I actually can't think of armies that I think will be worse than them. I genuinely think that most armies in the game will be able to outperform them at their at what they want to do. What turns me off Conquest is that it uses a weird scale and no other game uses. Yeah, some games are like that, unfortunately. Yeah, I have not played Conquest, unfortunately. There's just not really anyone out here who does it. And you know what, Burns? In my country, there are no discount stores, nothing. I order from other places, nah, mate, triple the price. Ooh. Oof. Ah, you've got to get ready for 6 a.m. Krakow call, so it needs to be. You need to bail. Have a great day, Hidalago. We'll catch you next time. Yeah, I think that one of the biggest things that will fix the game is once they take stratagems out of it. I think stratagems they're going to try to keep them in for 10th, but I don't see them surviving to 11th. They're too unpopular. They're growing in in their lack of popularity, not gaining. It's like this is what's happening. The casual audience is dividing from the tournament audience. The tournament audience all wanted to be like Magic the Gathering. They might say otherwise, but that's what they really want. And I think the casuals want it to be more like a war game. And I think the casuals make up a much bigger percentage of players. So I suspect over time that they're gonna have to eject them. They're gonna have to eject them. They're gonna have to eject a lot of stuff. I think that they should. There are too many systems in the game. There are too many subsystems in the game. I do not have a Gene Stealer Cult Army, Grim Dankness, but what are my thoughts on the new Codex? I think that they have some powerful builds in the new Codex, but they're going to be a mid-tier army. I think that they're very squishy. I think a lot of the stuff, their secondaries are not very good from what I've heard, and I think that some of the core functionality in the army is questionable, but I still think they're in a better place than some armies. Good day, Matthew Bureau, and Whalecome. Whalecome, Matthew Bureau. We always appreciate having you on board. We're 29 subscribers away, boys, from 1,000. 29 away. Oh, yeah. Oh. My internet was slow for a second there. That's weird. Oh my god, I'm even seeing a slowness in... No, it's fine now. The algorithm can defeat me, Matthew Bureau. The algorithm can beat the absolute piss out of me. I do not believe for one moment that the algorithm could not entirely annihilate me. No shade on the competitive players, but competitive games look horrible and no fun to me, at least. Yeah, I completely agree with you, RT. Yeah, I think that I think Susan's gonna get you. Oh my, Mari. I hope you're aware of the meme behind that name in this server. Hold on, switches to alternate accounts. Oh, come on. Soon GW will be selling their loot boxes filled with mini marine kits. Well, yeah, I mean, I think mini marines are already on their way out. Yeah, we broke past the 30 curse, man. We're only 29 away, Jorg. We are 29 away. We're almost there. We're climbing to the top of the mountain, to the tippy top. I don't know if we're gonna make it there by the end of the month, but we've got, if we hit that sub goal, we've got to do it today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That's the only way to do it. We need another 29 people on board. I don't know if we can do it, but if we hit it by that point, then we will have the 12-hour stream, and we will have the Ares Doggo stream. If we don't, you know, that's the thing about goals. If you don't meet the thing, you don't get the prize, right? My salamanders have no Primaris, just old minis. Codex. Oh, Codex Armageddon style RT. Oh, man, after my own heart. So we're going to flip back over to the mini part of this. I'm going to keep on painting my Chaos Knight, but fear not, as I've mentioned multiple times before, I watch and read the chat. You're just not going to see my face for a few minutes. We're not going to do it for long. We're just going to do 15, 20 minutes of that. I just want to get that thing further along. So that's what we're going to do. That's how we do, boys. I think the Primaris are going to absolutely wreck them, a Neo-Isolationist. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. That's just my opinion, but I don't think that it's... hey, it's Wolfenbach! Whalecome, Wolfenbach! Yeah, I think Primaris are going to wreck him, to be totally honest with you, Isolationists. Especially if the rumors about Chaos Space Marine Terminators are true. I have a fear for the rules of Space Marine veterans going forward with what the loadouts are going to look like. Yeah, so do I. So do I. With how GW are doing Army rules this edition, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tyranids get something like you may take X2 number of points to your opponent. We'll see. We'll see. I think that Tyranids are going to have a moderately okay book by the end of this edition. But I think 10th is where they're going to really shine. I think they might not even get a Codex this edition if they're going to be the launch faction for 10th edition. But we will see. They might still get a Codex because GW might milk them on the way out. God, I love these things. These things are so great. With how GW are doing... oh, sorry, then the usual, then. Chaos have now dropped to Tau, Dark Angels, and Space Wolves mean level. No, worse than that, actually. We were looking on the subreddits last night, and the Unified Chaos subreddit is smaller than the Tau subreddit, the Tyranid subreddit, and the Necron subreddit, as well as the Orc subreddit. They are now less looked at than most Xeno armies. They are absolutely in a pitiful state right now, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. I think that it won't improve either until major changes are made, and not just with the rules, but in the model lineup. The models need their Primaris scale equivalents. I think Chosen look bad, because they have badly broken up mini legs that are out of proportion. It doesn't matter if Reddit's a cringe fest. That's a major social media component. Is this the part where you just unsubscribe for me? What's going on here? That'd be amazing. It's weird. My notifications haven't been working for subscribers through, what the heck? 979? Wow. Well, I guess we're only 21 people away, boys. Wow. World Eaters might revitalize some interest, maybe. World Eaters are going to revitalize the interest in World Eaters, not in Chaos. I do think that the model range might leave a lot to be desired with World Eaters. I think that they're going to be mini Marines still, for instance, but I do think that they will be popular on their own, but it won't help the regular Chaos Marine faction. Yeah, it's weird though, because normally these things are supposed to pop up on their own. I've got it programmed. might have to go back into my settings and reboot all of it. Let's get this. Let's get this good. I really want to finish up doing the leg plating here this morning. It's really something I want to get. Just because, you know, it's the ever-present march forward of progress, my friends. So it feels good when you're making your models progress, and I have not been doing that in the last few days. So it's important to me. That's one reason why, like, on the morning streams, I always get more hobbying stuff done than on the afternoon streams. The afternoon streams, the audience tends to just want to talk, and they want to see my face. I don't know why. I look in the mirror every day, and I go, "Dear God, no! What has happened today? Oh, God, it's older. Oh, God, I look even worse. Death is at my doorstep." People on stream are like, "Yes, I want to see him suffer." But for some reason, Streamlabs has not been sending my notifications out for the whale hello there gif, which is real sad. I love my whale hello there gif. It's the greatest gif in the world, really. It's so friendly and kind, too. It just wants to offer you a warm welcome. I think the Emperor's Children release will be more popular than the Chaos Blood Angels or World Eaters. I think Emperor's Children will have a popular release, but I don't know if it'll be more popular than the World Eaters. World Eaters are intensely popular, and Emperor's Children are... I don't know the... It's hard to know. I think there's a very dedicated fan base to the Emperor's Children, but I don't know if that translates into raw popularity. I hope that the Emperor's Children have a great release, though. But you know what? For the Emperor's Children to have a great release, they need Eidolon. Bear looks in the mirror. At least I don't play Chaos Space Marines. At least I don't play the Chaos Space Marines. At least that's not what I'm doing, you guys. At least I'm not playing again. Look, you know, just having like a meltdown, oh, what's his name at the end of Diablo 2 before the expansion pack? Marius. At least I'm not like Marius at the end of Diablo 2 as Bale walks over. Like, no, what have I done to deserve this? What? I play Chaos Space Marines. I've got a huge pile of useless Chaos Space Marines, you guys. It's so sad. You guys, if you want to take a look here, just how slowly this, but perfectly this all comes together. This piece here. Now, these aren't washed pieces yet, and they don't have their final highlights afterwards. But this just gives you an idea of just... This is a really beautiful model. And I think I've picked a really beautiful color scheme for it, so I'm really happy with that. See it all coming together here. Because I've got so much of it done, I don't mind dry fitting it all together for you guys, just to give you guys an idea. Have here when this is all said and done. That. So this is just the leg plating. This part still has to be done, then the washes have to be applied, and then a final highlight has to go over. Also do some second layering on a few of these parts, but overall, I love the way of that blue and bronze. And we've got the upper body, which the chest plate is done. The head is done, the cowl is done, the upper part here is dry brushed, but not quite done, and we still have to do the full upper part of the chassis, but we go through this. I actually have to wall off this area and spray through that because I want that to be solid through spray. Then we've got the left shoulder, we've got the right shoulder. Get this under the camera for you guys in just a second here. Can't wait till I can start gluing more of this in place. It's going to look very good. I've been building this guy on stream for quite some time, but that's partially because I haven't had enough time to really finish working on it. I've just been drawn in so many different directions. Oh god, it's all going wrong now, fellas. It's all over now. Model broken, model bad. This is the kind of direction that this guy's going in. I think this is going to be a beautiful model. Personally, I think this is going to be absolutely stunning when this is all completed. It's doing piece by piece on the way there. But it is slowly coming together. Pieces are getting washed, pieces are getting fulfilled. We've got a great gargantuan war machine of the Dark Gods on the loose very soon. Reddit is in denial. Oh no! Is Jorg on Reddit right now looking at it? Yeah. Reddit is in denial. It's in denial, brother. Brother, it's in denial. It's not just a river. But yeah, this is how we've got this guy coming along. I think he looks brilliant so far. I was worried about this color scheme at first, but now I'm just super into it. I can't wait to do more of these. If I can get the channel off the ground and we can do more of these, I would love to do, you know, a full army of Chaos Knights. These things look just absolutely stunning. What a great looking army list. Well, enough for whatever reason he won't balance this. Yeah. These funny knights have detailed skeletons, but once you put the armor on, it gets obscured. Unless some people run naked knights. Some people do run naked knights actually, but I think this guy looks just absolutely brilliant. I love this model. I can't wait. I personally can't wait to have this thing fully completed. I think it's going to be one of the best models I've done as yet. And you know, that's just the thing. As long as each model is better than your last, you're always advancing. And I just love the way this thing looks. It's a nightmare with legs just walking through and destroying everything in its path. And I love that. I really do. Let's head back over to the face Camara. We're doing the face. It's the face that runs the place. Where's my face? My beautiful face. We're back, everybody. We're back in action. Oh, really? Oh, that's so sad. Which subreddit did you dive into there, Jorg? Which subreddit did you dive into? Which pit of despair did you sink into, my friend? I must know. I must know. Where did the copium begin? Where did the copium end? I've got to know. Like, as I said, a lot of them are going to be really excited at first until the rubber hits the road and they get their absolute, like, just hell kicked out of them. That's what I suspect. But yeah, Jorg, Naked Knight sounds very Slaanesh-y. Always is, dude. Just take off the armor plates and just be like the Slaanesh. Slaanesh loves you, dude. Loves everybody. Thing looks so cool. I'm so excited to get that thing finished. I really wish I could justify getting another one. You know what? We will probably get the new Knight when it comes out. My face has been stolen. What's that mean? Are you guys taking crappy screen caps of me? God damn it. Why are people laughing? The Chaos one and the others, and the Chaos one, not even the one thread. The denial is real. Yes! Are they looking at the leaks like, finally, you guys! Finally, now is the time of the Chaos Space Marine! Now is the time to begin anew! Oh, Ares is pissed because I woke him up. You guys, I woke up Ares. I could hear him just go. He's mad. The dog has gone mad with power, my friends. His anger is NFT bear. Oh, that was a skinning Slanesh reference, I think. I get you. GW loves us. They really do. Games Workshop loves us, you guys. GW would never hurt. Never hurt me. GW friend. Just starts just heaving with his chest in and out. I never imagined GW turning on me. It's like, buddy, he has. GW has turned on you, my friend. Expect nothing and not be disappointed otherwise. It's brutal. It's just brutal. I, for one, can't believe the brutality level that we're talking about here. But I suspect part of the stream is dying, so I'm actually not going to end the stream yet. I'm going to head back over to continue painting. But once I've got the leg plates painted, we're going to end the stream for the morning. I'm just going to go do some other stuff this morning and try to get ready for the day. So just give me a few moments here. So we're not done yet. We've just got more hobby stream stuff going on, and then once that's done, we will be wrapping this up. Oh yeah, dude. Like once people actually start getting some games in, and they start getting just the hell kicked out of them, there's gonna be some real anger. Why is the zombie back? Why is the zombie always back? Like you're gonna see like just a lot of that just seethe out, And it's sad too. Like I want to point out, I might find it amusing, but it is sad because a lot of people have invested a lot of time into Chaos Space Marines. I know I have, and when they turn out to be just like a band of incompetence, like it just like, as I said, I think the only way to fix them is to replace the range with a new range. So every day, the Games Workshop does not give us a new range with a new scale and new models with new abilities. It's a day where Chaos basically spins their tires. I do not have plans to do an LVO stream at this time. It's not really a lot of the content that we do here on the channel. If people really, really, really want me to do one, we will. But I just it's just not fully what the channel's about. At the end of the day, I'm not really looking to I enjoy being on Valrak's streams as he as we get prepped for the day, right? I actually really enjoy being there. I just don't see. I don't really it's not really my thing, right? That doesn't mean that we won't do it, but at this time I don't plan to do it unless I get a lot of people asking me to do it. There are other times I can see myself doing events like that, but it's what do you mean, how dare you? What did I do? Their god has abandoned them like the broken toys that they are. Bear's gonna hit the home gym. Swole Bear is coming home. 1,000 subs. Thick Brick Bear. Let's go. Go for Chaos Sad. That's right, dude. The Chaos Sad, Chaos Bad. It's on its way, bro. Chaos Sad, Chaos. Oh man, it's just gonna be so just pitiful when it all comes crashing down. Big mess up this time. No. You mean Karlov streams? And, you know, like, just at the end of the day, like, you know, as I said, like, the content on this channel is more geared towards, you know, the hobbying element of it, and, you know, like, we talk rules and stuff right now because, like, you know, it's funny to, like, point and laugh at, like, how badly they're going. But, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the main content on this is really just what makes us happy, which is, you know, building beautiful new models, building, you know, talking to people about the lore and things like that. Which, you know, less people have been asking about the lore this week, but, you know, happy to go over things like lore, happy to go over things like, you know, just general appraisals of the rules and what's coming, but really, at the end of the day, the main thing is the models. So, one reason why I might, like, you know, I might be cajoled into doing the LVO stream is just to review the new models as they're revealed to us. You know, but even then, like, it feels kind of crappy to, because I actually really like being on Valrak's stream during those reveals. Like, I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy participating as a viewer, not necessarily as a host for those things, right? So, you know, again, we might make that, we might do that, but it would depend on if the audience really, like, you know, if you guys really want me to do it, well, we'll do it. But, you know, it's not necessarily what I aim to do, because, like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not really in the same space as Kurioth and Valrak. Like, I'm just really not, I'm not really in that same area, right? And, you know, in the case of Valrak, I consider him a friend, and, you know, it's not even a matter of, like, competition or whatever. Like, it's just, I'm not really interested in doing the same content that he does. Like, you'll notice that even if I show a model on reveal, I just put up a minute-long video. One of my favorite bits of lore are the Farsight Enclaves and the 8, but the 8 gave have been competitive, and they get a lot of hate for being Noblebright in the Grimdark setting. 40k lore, but what about 40k data? Well, we kind of talk about 40k data as well, in a lot of ways on here. If we're talking like the business side of Games Workshop, like, you know, my most popular video is me talking about, like, the failure of their marketing team. So, like, you know, the Warhammer Plus video, I'm actually going to be probably recording that today, though the video editing for that is going to take several days. I don't know if I'll be able to get it out by the weekend, or, you know, on the weekend even, because that's going to be days worth of video editing to get such a long piece completed. I do know that, you know, I've got some plans for the channel as we grow. I've got some plans for how I would like to do certain things, so we will see if I can make that happen, but those are all dependent on growth as well. The channel's got to grow for me to invest more in the channel as well, like, which we've been growing so far. Like, you know, we're 20 people away from the 1,000 mark, which is, I suspect at least some of those are bots, though. Which, you know, I can't confirm or deny. They're not my bots, and I ain't paying nobody to do nothing. So that's still quite the remarkable shift today. For the morning stream, I did not expect the morning stream to pick up an additional 8 subs. I will say it, after the duffel bag of destruction will ascend into godhood from the sanity curses of the chaos players. What a murder. Khaine will be proud. Yeah, that's right. Khaine would be proud, dude. Khaine would be Giga Chad proud, dude. The bloody-handed god of murder would 100% be down with how chaos had been done dirty by GW. Yeah, but just letting you know, Grimdankness, I don't just talk about, like, you know, their financials or anything. Like, that's not really, you know, what I'd be interested in. You know, I talk about a plethora of issues on this channel, you know, with both the community, Games Workshop itself, the miniatures. But like, I don't really like the idea of becoming like, you know, your standard 40K news channel. It's just not really, you know, bots here, beep pop. But it's just not really what I think is good for, not just for myself, because I don't know if I'm always interested in what comes out on the news. I cover a bit of news here on channel. You know, like when it comes to like when the news breaks, I don't mind covering it on stream. Like I might do a breakdown of like what the Chaos Space Marines are going to be getting in the as a video at some point, for instance. But I'd probably want to wait till a bit closer to the Codex, once like more leaks that are more direct come from the Codex. Like that type of stuff I don't mind. It's more you know, again, like it just feels very much like there's a lot of niches that are already filled in the community. Okay. Yeah, it's all good, RT. But just saying though that, like, you know, a lot of it is more but Data learned to control his emotions. Okay. What's the name of your Tau Sept? I'm mad at myself because I swore to never play Tau. Then last night I thought a cool Sept name. I'm like, well, my Tau, they have a. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up here. They have a name, which, you know, is not like, they're not so much of a Sept. You know, like if I do say so myself, they're not really a Sept. They would be called. Hold on. They're the. Let's see here. The Revolutionary Liberation Army is the name of my Tau Sept. They're not a Sept though. They are an independent body and government which is attempting to overthrow the Tau Empire and replace it with a glorious new workers' utopia. That's they are a casteless society there to destroy the old order and replace it with the new. And then from there they will spread peace and prosperity across the universe itself. Yeah, they're not really a Sept so much as they are an invasive, destructive force inside of the Tau Empire. Secretly, Khaine has raken over the CEO, and everyone is afraid to say no to him. Oh no! You know what? Out of spite, I will have some Wraithguard painted, and will be blood on their hands in the name of the Hand of Murder in honor of the new Chaos rules. Data and Picard duet? Yes, but of course. Yeah, it's brutal. Come on, Tau Sept. I don't know if I'd call them hippies. Like, I've done some brutal lore for these guys, where they're pretty bad. They're grimdark in the most extreme way. So it's like down with the greater good for the greater good. They believe the greater good is an imperialist construct designed to placate the masses. Instead, they would. No, like, I went full bore on this, dude. I went full bore. Like, man, how would you describe? How would these people behave? I'm like, well, they would do this. Like, I actually looked into a lot of the language that would be used by like early revolutionary China and like the Soviet Union, as well as North Korea. And I was like, how do they speak? How do they refer to their people? How do they do this stuff? And so they would tell you the greater good is a lie constructed by the imperialist ethereal class in order to divide and break up the people in their true power. So they do not believe in the ideals of the greater good, for the greater good is a lie. Instead, they're real brutal. Oh man, I forget the exact slogan they have. But they're pretty bunk, and they don't have fire warriors. They don't have earth cast or water cast or air cast. Everybody's just in a big old pool. You are just a worker. That's what you are. You're a worker there to spread the liberty of the ideology of the Tau Democratic People's Republic. Oh, like the Farside they are very much not in agreement with the Farside Enclaves, because the Farside Enclaves still believe in all the castes and whatnot. They see the castes as being a what's what I'm looking for here, a means of oppression and a means of separating the masses. So they have abolished the caste system while they were trapped in the warp storm that helped breed this contemptuous society. The Tau inside of there all mixed into a big old pool, so they can't even be reintegrated into the Tau Empire because they're all genetic deviants. You know, they're all just a mixture of all these different castes. Which is what they also want to enforce on the rest of the Tau Empire. They view water caste as being sellouts, but they're still able to be redeemed, but ethereals are shot on sight. Shoot on sight, do not resuscitate. Oh, hello. Hello, buddy. I know, Mr. Ears. I know, Mr. Ears. I know. I know. You're licking my hand now? Good boy, huh? Good boy. Mm. Oh, yeah, dude. They're super grimdark. They also clone their soldiers, like, willy-nilly. They do not care. They actually have, like, the way I constructed them is they don't actually have much of a fleet, but they do have one major, like, ship that they've built where they basically clone people, they program them, and they drop them into battlefields. But by and large, their technology is backwards. And, like, so as a result, like, their weapons are highly radioactive, and all their suits have to be completely sealed, and all their battle suits from their, like, they pollute the planets they basically conquer, and they have to decontaminate them after the fact. It's just terrible. They have little to no respect for their own soldiers' lives or for the lives of people on the other side, because everything's done through the lens of bringing about a brighter tomorrow, right? You know, it's just like, yeah, this is going to be bad now, but it's going to be a brighter tomorrow. In their own backstory too, whenever they do come across an Imperial planet, their only extensive records in terms of their dealings with humans are dealing with, like, Chaos Space Marines, Chaos Cultists, and Gene Stealer cults. So they actually believe humans are a group of degenerates who basically want to have sex with Tyranids and or worship degenerate space gods. So they, and because of the logistical nightmare of invading an Imperial world, they just nuke them. They just nuke them from orbit. Then, you know what? There's a hive world down there. That's way too hard to conquer. Just hit them with some. Just blow the hive off the face of the Earth and blast the rest of the planet. If there's anything of value there, it'll be worth. We can go back and collect it in a few thousand years. Like, they're brutal. But yeah, they have little. They basically believe humans are inherently degenerate in their nature and counter-revolutionary. Oh yeah, and like get this though, when they do have service times, that when those services are up, you go home. The clones, if they survive the battle, just dump there with no family, no anything. It's like, yeah, here, go make a life for yourself. Oh, all I know is war. Yeah, we'll throw you in a factory. Don't get all PTSD on us when you're in there too, brother. Oh, it's just hilarious. This is brutal. It's just brutal. But, yeah, that's the type of shenanigans the Tau People's Republic gets up to. They're an expansionist, aggressive regime that basically view chaos in a very negative way. They view Gene Stealers and Tyranids in a negative way. They view the other Tau in a negative way. Orcs definitely in a negative way. And humans almost exclusively. Their own society is so locked down and observed that there's... No, they killed all the Kroot because the Kroot wouldn't conform. I always say we take off the nuke of the entire city from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Dude, that's what they say when they get into orbit. They don't even go take off. They just get into orbit. Yeah, just say we nuke them. Why bother invading the planet? Just hit them with some nukes. Blast the surface of this rock, and if there's anything of value, we'll sort it out later. So, like, they don't bother invading Imperial planets. They just nuke them. Just rods from God. Just blast the whole thing off the planet. They're very unkind, but yeah, they basically viewed the Kroot as being counter-revolutionary, and so they shot them. Drakari, I can imagine they don't have a very popular opinion of. I don't think that the Eldar would have a very popular opinion of them, though, because as soon as they showed up and were like, yeah, so we're going to enforce our society on you. Yeah, the way our society's built is to try to, alleviate the stressors of Slaanesh and, like, give us a chance to survive as a species. They'd be like, yeah, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Here, let us help you. Like, they're just brutal. They're just the worst. Oh yeah, they just exterminate them, because like, yeah, you know what? We've deemed that you cannot join our perfect society, so you are not deemed to continue to exist. You are a threat to that society that we will not allow to continue. And like, in their own societies, if someone becomes infected by a gene stealer, it doesn't go anywhere. The Kroot are like Cossacks. But in their own society, it doesn't go anywhere, because as soon as somebody shows up and starts talking about like, hey guys, I've discovered the true path towards our glorious future tomorrow. It involves worshipping the stars. That person's shot. And if they find out he was a gene stealer cult, they do not believe that gene stealer cultists are infected in the way that you might imagine. They believe they come infected because of their own volition. So they entirely put the fault on the person who was infected. They're like, this person was a sick degenerate in our society. And so we had them shot. Like, they have no mercy when it comes to it. They're just like, yeah, so we caught, Hukua. He was infected by the gene stealers. What a sick monster. What a sick bastard. Did you shoot him and all of his degenerate spawn? Oh, absolutely. Perfect. Did you find the patriarch? Yeah, we found it. Did you burn it? Well, we haven't burned it yet. Burn it. It's like, lest its corpse tempt the degenerates in our society. Oh yeah, the tactic doesn't work on Krieg. They've already nuked themselves. No, they just bypass the planet after they nuke it. They just do, unless there's something really important on it, they don't bother fighting for it. They just blow them up. They're like, yeah, we don't even need this planet. If we want the resources from it, we can mine it from its corpse later. Bang, bang, ba-bang, bang, bang. That's just how it goes. Just blast the planet from orbit. Not even they're aware that they're Tyranids, Grimdankness, but they just view it as like, no, it's just sick people. That's their attitude. It's like, yeah, it's just sick people who worship this nihilistic cult of the star gods. We'll just kill all of them and kill all the aliens that they're sickly having sex with. Would you shoot all of them? Their attitude to everything is like, just shoot them, we can make more. They'll either be born or they'll be cloned, we don't care. They'll be born or they will be cloned. Those are the answers. Like, just shoot them all, who cares? We're just gonna line them up, put a bunch of carbon rounds into all of them and move on. Move on. That's all we gotta do, boys. It's just ruthless. Oh yeah, Vespids are counter-revolutionary, my friend. Oh, see, Matthew Bureau knows it. The gene stealer cults are just more evidence of what happens when you aren't on the correct path. Yeah, orcs, imperialists. I based a lot of I don't know if you guys have ever watched the animated X-Men cartoon from the 90s, but they had Omega Red in 2 episodes, and he's just brilliant, and I really based a lot of it on that. Who are your Tau HQs? Well, they're not called commanders, because commander is an imperialist title developed by the Taun Empire. So, instead, their commanders are called... They've got different levels. The equivalent of a commander is a comrade captain, or a comrade, or a... Let's see here. Hold on. Or a comrade ensign captain. Yeah, dude, we're going up in the world, man. We're going up in the world. I think we're 20 people away. We're 20 people away now? I think we're 20 people away. We are 20 people away from the channel hitting the 1,000 gold goal. Yes, they do. They paint themselves in camouflage. I actually put a bunch of them on the channel before. I'll put up the Instagram pictures for them. So these ones are painted in a color scheme because they're in jungle warfare or forest camo. But these are how I paint them. They're just camouflage. Oh, I'll take my head off this side. Sorry about that. If you ever do a Kroot army, will they be will they be survivors of your Tau purge? Probably. They're actually attacking the Tau Empire right now at the worst possible time. So these are some pictures of my Tau as I've done them. I love all of them. They all look really good. Their war suits are not, in fact, made of stellinium, and they're actually technologically backwards, so they tend to have to steal their war suits from the Tau. Any of them they don't are knockoffs of those war suits, which are typically less reliable. They're less modular, so their suits do not get the same ability just to sub out weapon systems, although a lot of them are much more hard-pointed. So, for instance, they have two versions of the broadside. They've got the RV90M, which is the standard version that they use. The RV90M has a railgun and a missile pod on the shoulder. They don't have one with plasma. They don't have a lot of plasma in the army. They just don't have that technology locked down. So they've got rockets, they've got a railgun, and those are called the Revolt, if I'm not mistaken. And then you've got the RV90T, which is the missile variant, which has missiles on the shoulders, missiles in the hands, and that variant is called the Revolt. No, that variant's called the Riot. So you've got the Riot and the Revolt. I named all of the weapon systems after versions of Rebellion, basically. So the entire army, I actually have a whole write-up on the weapon systems for it. I'm probably going to do another one in the future that's more detailed and breaks it down. I actually went in and I did like the full details of every weapon they use, from pulse rifles. They don't have pulse rifles. They have the Liberator rifle series, which is basically a weapon that fires irradiated carbon through a micronuclear explosion. So they use microfission or microfusion reactors for everything. That's what basically that's what they're forced to use. Let's see here. Yeah, they also have like their pulse carbine is their regular gun is the L221 Liberator. Their carbine is the L225 Abolition. So all of the weapons are named after just different forms of like freedom or treachery or like treason or things like that, right? Yeah, it's one of my favorite armies. I work on it all the time. And after we finish the Chaos Knight, the next project to complete is my final Riptide, which is this guy here. This guy is going to be the final Riptide I build for my army. He's going to be the Command Riptide, and he is the last one. I've got the 3D bits I bought for him to finish him off. So he is going to be done after we do the Chaos Knight. He's next on the list. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Very much. Oh god, I knocked his head onto the ground, didn't I? Oh god, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Also, all of my Tau battle suits have the same head. Every one of them all have a variant of this head. Of the standard, like you'll actually notice. And the reason why they all have that head is because they can't produce any different heads. I bits ordered as many of them as I could. They're the same head that is on all of my Crisis suits. They're the same head that is on all my command. Everything. Everything has that head. Except for captured suits. Everything has that head because they only have the ability to produce the same head across the board. which I think is hilarious personally. That they they're just like, oh crap, we can only produce this one head that's only good at this one job. We'll make it work. I'm not sure what Xeon is from Gundam. You'll have to forgive me. But for their battle suits, the baseline suit is the which is like their stealth suits. Stealth suits are the I-55B Insurgent. The Ghost Keel is the IR-11A Insurrection. Then you've got the ST-7F Seditionist. The Seditionist is the standard crisis suit. Hobby tip for the chat: don't have shag carpets. Drop bits, kill your soul if you do. And it looks good for a productive stat of factories that produce the... And it looks good for productivity stats for the factories that produce all the heads, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're all producing one head type that goes on all the battle suits. It's just, they scale it up a little bit for the Storm Surge. They scale it down a little bit for some of the other ones. I'm sorry, man. I watched Wing Gundam. You know, Gundam Wing. Sorry, Gundam Wing I watched a bit as a teenager. I'm aware of some of them. Like, I know about the Tallgeese and, like, you know, Death Scythe and all those ones, but I don't really know the original one, man. I'm sorry. I know a little bit more about Macross. Sorry. So after the Seditionist, yeah, you've got the Revolt and you've got the Riot. Then you've got the RV-98 Revolution, which is the Riptide. Then you've got the UH-1X Upheaval, which is the current version of like the Storm Surge, but the new version I've got there is the RV-109 Rebellion. The Rebellion is the big suit that I have. What do you think about this idea? What if we all make a backstory for one of our armies and we'll make a narrative video? Would that be popular? Well, actually, I've been thinking about doing some homebrew stuff for people to be participating in. I don't know if we'd be doing a video on it, but I do think that we can go about and at the very least consider doing live streams about it. I would consider that either a video or a live stream. We'll have to see. But I have been thinking about the lore side of things and how I'd like to tackle more about how people participate in it, and that might be a component in that. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm not sure what idea I want to do with that yet, but I do know I want to do something. I did see the Battletech cartoon as a kid, my friend. I've been playing Battletech longer than I've been playing 40K. It's such a bad show, but I loved it as a child. They have a bunch of alternate universes for Gundam, though, don't they, RT? I'm pretty sure they have a bunch of alternate universes for that. Like, a whole bunch of them. The original Gundam is almost grimdark. The Iron Blood Orphans spin-off is very grimdark. They portray the dark side of war very, very well. Well, they tried to do that a bit in most of the Gundams. Like, Gundam is often got a narrative that war is bad built into it, as far as I remember. I'm just waiting for Bear to say Gundam suit. Why? It's not a suit. It's a mech. Yeah, there are a lot of alternate universes for Gundam. Gundam is a very big franchise, I agree with you. Yeah, it's too bad that it's from... is it Sunrise that does Gundam? Ooh, Sunrise is skeevy. We're not gonna get into it, but Sunrise... Ooh, boy. I don't go near Sunrise no more. That stuff is gross. Yep. Absolutely. No, Gundam is a huge... Like, I remember, I did watch a bit of Gundam as a kid. I know a little bit about Robotech and Macross. I think Macross Plus was one of the main ones I watched, which was like the mini-series they did, where like it's a sequel to the original one, or the original series, where they're on another planet in space, and it's got like this giant concert with an AI that's going to try to control the universe. There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack with mecha anime. What would I don't know what my favorite mecha anime would be. What would my favorite mecha anime be? That's a tough one. I don't think it's Gundam. But I don't know if it's Macross. It might... It's definitely not Evangelion. Definitely not Evangelion. I'm not doing acid to enjoy that show. I'm doing alright, Course Wayne. I'm a little tired, but, you know, other than that, I think things are going well. We're only 20 subs away, my friend. 20 subscribers away now from hitting our goal of 1,000 subs for the month. War in the Pocket is the best Gundam. I have declared it, thus it is true. Ah, Jason Schaefer's coming out here with a strong opinion on that. I know I'm LST. I'm not talking about your name, Evangelion. I'm saying the anime. I'm not big on the anime for Evangelion. Could Attack on Titan... No, I don't count that. What's the name of that one I really enjoyed? And you know, it's an OVA, but it's really sad that this might be my favorite one, but it's actually a one where there are a bunch of police officers in giant mechs. I'm trying to remember its name. I watched it in the 90s. I think it might be Techno Police 21C. No, that's not the one. Where is it here? It might be Mobile Police. It might be Mobile Police. Hold on, I really want to I really want to remember this now. Is there? Yeah, it's Mobile Police. Paltbotor was the one I watched, where he has like the giant handgun. That like it's literally a giant revolver that they use. Yeah, here it is. I actually loved this when I was younger. Even in my 20s, like, that's pretty hardcore. Like, looking back on it now, I'm like, it's kind of silly, but at the same time, I'm like, it's also pretty badass. It's pretty awesome. You know, you got yourself a good old Mecha Minotaur up here, dude. That's the one. There we go. Yep, that's the one. I remember watching. It has been over 15 years since I last watched this, I think. So if we're talking Japanese mecha anime, unfortunately, even though I've watched others, don't get me wrong, I think this one might be the best one. Oh no, almost there. Better read the chat. Poor Evangelion. Is that Zaku's mini form? I need to research this. Evas aren't mechs and I'll die on that hill. Yeah, they're not mechs. That's why I don't count Evangelion. Trash Can, its best mech. Poor Evangelion. Trash Can. Bubblegum Crisis. Patlabor. The Evans are not mechs for sure. Massive cyborgs. Yeah, basically you're getting inserted into a giant version of your mother, which is gross. Almost there for read the chat. I picked the collector's edition recently. No, I'm not gonna lie, man. I really love this show, and you know what? There was an OVA version of it, if I'm not mistaken, where the detail goes way up, and it's just intense when you see like that huge pistol, that hand cannon getting drawn. Escaflowne was pretty good. I didn't mind Escaflowne. I understand the headcanon that thought fingers that sensitive could handle a giant revolver made sense. More than mounting it on an arm or something. I know, it's just like, shh, I love he's just drawing this huge cannon. You're like, what is this? Why is he drawing a giant 6-shooter? It's a literal giant 6-shooter. And it even carries bullets like a 6-shooter. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's not even like and it's not even a cartridge-based round. It's an actual revolver. It's hilarious. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's incredible. It just is. I'm pretty sure they had an OVA for this. Oh, 2 series of OVAs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, like I remember watching that as a teenager and as a young man, and it's of all of the animes, it's the one that stuck with me the most, just in terms of it's so unique. It's got such a unique aesthetic to it, and again, like it doesn't mean it's perfect by any means, but like I really do love that. They should subcontract your Tau to mass produce ammunition. Massive versions of their mothers that are god creatures that are chains that will destroy the world. Evangelion. Yeah, not my thing, baby. Not my thing, baby. The absolute silliness is the one reason I love anime. Some animes. I've fallen out of love with anime over the last decade. There's just been a lot of damage done to manga and anime, in my view, that I think is it's cultivating the wrong audience, we'll say. Eva is great. Some shows have endings, but Eva is the director's mental breakdown instead. Yeah, it's just not my thing. Like, and it's okay if other people like it, but for me, it's just not my thing. Samurai Pizza Cats. That was out when I was a kid, man. I watched that all the time. They're fighting crime all over town. Oh man, so bad. How did we get here? How did we get here? I showed off my Tau, and now we're talking about mecha anime. I love it. I love this. It's like, how did we get here? Why are we here? Why are we here? Just to suffer? I want to... You know what? I am curious what other mecha animes I have watched. Because I know I've watched more. But, like, it's been a while. I've been dipping out of anime for a long time. Like, I just don't... I used to be huge into it. Anytime that something new was coming, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll give that a watch, or I'll look into it and things like that, and just... I've moved away from it very heavily over the years, just because it's... The people in the industry have got some problems. I just want it to be Friday morning now. Why do you want it to be Friday morning now, Corswain? I'm rewatching Gundam Iron Blood Orphans right now. That's awesome. That is awesome. You know, I love Wing Gundam 2 for one reason, which is the part where Hiro Yui, the main character, is a sociopath piece of garbage. And you're like, there's no reason this character is a redeemable character. There's nothing about this character that's a redeemable character. I even love it when he comes across, what's her name? The love interest, he hates her. And then she's just like, she sees him, like, oh, Hero, I haven't seen you once. Like, I'm going to kill you. You're like, what is wrong with the people making this show? Why? What happened here? And then the look on her face, like, oh, and she's like, I have to kill you. It's like, what is this? No, I mean, to be honest, I'm not, like, they've already shown off the Avatar by accident, so I think I'm happy that the Avatar's coming out. I'm hoping we see Chaos Knights, to be totally honest. I really want to see what the new Chaos Knight looks like. There are 2 models I'm going to be buying while I'm unemployed, and one of them is the Avatar of Khaine, and one of them is the new Chaos Knight. The big one. Those are the 2 things I've agreed to let myself purchase. Oh yeah, Renelia Peacecraft. I remember that. And like, it makes no sense that he's just like, you're just like, I'm here to kill you. And I just remember watching them like, man, aren't you supposed to be her her love interest in this. Like, it's clearly implied, like, why are you such a sociopath? He's a sociopath. He's a psycho. He's a hilarious... Like, the main character's like this... He would eat a man. I guarantee you, Hiro Yuri is not a good boy, dude. Like, and he's not friends with any of the other pilots. He's just an absolute shitbag. It's incredible. It's an incredible experience. And you're sitting there like, why, though? But why? Oh, Endless Waltz was bad. We decided to take all the weapons on Earth and throw them into space. Boo! Yeah, we gained a couple new subscribers this morning, Ira. Yeah, Hiro Yui is like a space marine dedicated to his duty, but at the same time being like, I want to murder this girl, but at the same time, I love her. Weird. Weird trip. Weird trip. That's all I can say about that. Hiro Yui has got some problems. And you know, actually, for those of you who watched the English dub, unfortunately, last year, the voice actor for one of the main Gundam pilots for the English dub passed away, unfortunately. He was a very prolific voice actor up here in Canada. He died young, so he died prematurely, likely relating to either alcohol or drugs. And he worked prolifically the whole time, but he got caught up in that for too long. He did it for too long. He was still actively working while struggling with addiction. But unfortunately, he passed away. Kirby Morrow. Yeah, Kirby Morrow passed away. Huge part of a lot of people's childhoods. X-Men Evolution, he was the voice of Cyclops. For many of the Europeans and Canadians, he was the voice of Son Goku. He was the voice of Moroku in Inuyasha. And he was the voice of... Oh, which one was it in Wing Gundam? Who was he in Wing Gundam? I couldn't believe he died though. I really can't. But he did. Yeah. At the end of 2020 he died. So he actually was in as Troa Barton. So he played as Troa Barton, and he also was in Mobile Gundam Seed as Reza Barrel, and he was in Mobile Suit Gundam 00 as Billy Katagiri. No, Katagiri, sorry. So he had quite a bit of involvement with Gundam in terms of the English voice casting, but yeah, it's just really sad. What a voice that man! Yeah, he had a great voice, and he kept it up his whole career too. Like, you know, he died at the age of 47, and he still had a voice that if he wanted to, he could make it sound like a teenager. Like, he had a very good range, and it's just really sad that, like, you know, a human being's life came prematurely to an end, but he had a huge influence on a lot of people's lives. I was personally very shocked and saddened to hear of his passing that young. Only 10 or 12 years older than I am, right? Like, alcohol and drugs, man. I'll do it to you. Yeah, he was a major voice actor up here in Canada. Major voice actor. There's a lot of voice talent in Canada that gets shipped, like, basically does shows for everybody around the world. So it's, you know. Yeah, that's, you know, I wish that had gone better. I wish that had gone better for him. I was a big fan of a lot of his characters and a big fan of a lot of his performances. So, you know. Such is life. That's just the way it goes. He had a bunch of live action roles too, but apparently he was even on Supergirl. This is Dean Petrocelli. Huh. That killed the chat real good. You remember your favorite anime as a kid? Well, the guy who voiced your favorite character is dead. But David Kay, he was the voice of, what's his name in Gundam? Trace? Yeah, Trace Christianata, I'm pretty sure. He's a major voice actor now. Like, David Kay's everywhere now. It's crazy. That guy's even in Marvel now. He was actually the Celestial in the Eternals Marvel movie. So he really wanted to break into every level he can, and he's in his 50s now, and that guy's had an amazing career. He's the voice of the original Beast Wars Megatron too. Like, you know, some of these guys who, you know, you watched as a kid or you watched in different anime things 20 years ago, they've had incredible careers just grow over time. And it's very impressive to see, quite frankly, like, you know, what a lot of these guys have made of their careers. My favorite one is David Kay voiced Megatron in multiple animes and then went on to voice Optimus Prime in Transformers Animated. You're like, wow. Talk about a turn of fortunes there. But yeah. Chaos is the only addiction that matters for now. I think that chaos won't put you in an early grave. You guys are getting quiet on me. You guys have gone all silent. There's only 14 of you here, but you're quiet. You were so loud, so boisterous before. And now you're all abandoning. Beast Wars was the shit. Absolutely it was. Man, I'm trying to think of a lot of the stuff that David Kay's been on more recently, but he's done incredibly well for himself. Like, just being a voice actor, he's done incredibly well for himself. He's like, what a way to grow your career. Yeah, anime dubbing. He did the... Oh, yeah, that's right. He also did the original voice of Whalecome in Dragon Ball. My name is Whalecome, and it rhymes with doom. It's, like, just awesome. Yeah, he did Trace Krishkanada. He did a bunch of voices on Monster Rancher. He did... Let's see here. Yeah, he did Megatron in Transformers Cybertron, Energon, and Armada. Ghost in a Shell, standalone complex. He did Bateau. Oh, Bateau. Wow. I didn't realize that he did Bateau. They just dropped the Avatar. Of course they did. A day early. Oh, Games Workshop. They're just like... You can tell they're mad. They're real mad right now. They just dropped the Avatar. That's perfect. I love it. Where did they drop this post? Is it on Twitter or something? Man, that's gotta suck so hard. They were gonna reveal this at LVO. Like, you know what? I don't mind, like, posting up about it and taking a look at the pictures and whatnot. Like, don't get me wrong, like, you know, I'm a mercenary on that front. But for the people working in their PR, like the people working in their marketing division, that sucks real hard, man. When you're working towards this event being a big thing, and instead, you know, you get a cold cup of diarrhea. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the detail on this thing. That's just fantastic. Wow. That's an intense model, dude. I love it that they have grass on here. I'm like, man, he's on fire. This is a man on fire, and he's got grass on the ground. I don't know how well that computes. In the attic late at night, found a Citadel catalog from back in the days when DW encouraged kit bashing. Ooh. Well, to be fair, they do encourage kit bashing now. They dropped Khaine like they dropped the Terminators. Boom! Down goes the Avatar. Lightweight jive. I like his face more than the human Yeah, I do prefer the traditional head, but I think they both look good. Look at that. Wow. That would be an intense model to paint. Absolutely. I can't wait to see what other people can do on that model. I think he's probably on a 60 mil base, but he might be on an 80 mil. I prefer this to the Forge World one. I like them both, but I do prefer this one to the Forge World one. That's intense, man. Yeah, I think he's probably going to be a little bit smaller or about the same size as the Keeper of Secrets, which would make sense, considering that's, you know, his arch nemesis. Yeah, I was just on the community site and I didn't see it there, man. Unless they, you know, posted it in here as an update. Nope. Oh, yeah. Some of you may have noticed the gigantic new Avatar Khaine has woken from his slumber a little early. Oh, no. A little early. Who knew the rage-fueled construct of molten metal could be so feisty? This incandescent entity has so far only been glimpsed by crummy cameras that were not meant to contain his godlike glory. But thankfully the photo wizards at Warhammer community have been able to capture him in his best blazing light. There are plenty of Eldari secrets yet still to reveal, not to mention a gargantuan state of other announcements. So join us at the Las Vegas Open tomorrow. Yeah. So, there you go. There you go, boys. Oh, I love it. There's some salt there, my friends. There's some salt. They're getting some sodium up in this bitch. I used to own the Forge World 1 lightweight jive. I actually prefer this to that, personally. I sold my Forge World 1 because I wasn't really satisfied with it. This guy here, I think this is definitely the better model. No question about it. It's a higher quality sculpt, even though it's made of plastic. Oh, dude, they are mad. The salt. Salt, 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 salt. Should have named this the Salt Stream. Shit, maybe we'll do that this afternoon. The Salt Stream is real. I still think the Eldar will still be a huge chunk of what 40k... Yeah, I think the Eldar are going to be the biggest component in it. I think that we will see Chaos. I don't know if it's going to include the Knights, but we will see the remaining Chaos Space Marines get revealed too. Things like Bikers, stuff like that. Yeah. No, like for myself, I already have an Eldar army sitting in a box. Like, I can turn it on any moment. It's just more, I don't know what color scheme I would want to do for them. I was going to do green and yellow, but it's really hard to... I don't know if I'd want to do that, because I'm also really bad at painting Eldar. It's to be being totally frank with everyone here in the chat, I'm awful at painting Eldar, which is really sad to me. Because I love Eldar. I really do. They're probably, Eldar and Drakari are probably my favorite part of 40k, and I can't paint them worth a shit. Look at that. Look at all the work you'd have to put into this thing. Not a bad thing, but you know what? Like, I just want everybody who's still with me here to appreciate something that they've done. All of this has been hand-painted. This is not contrast. So they primed this guy a light color, in all likelihood, and they painted over top the darker area. What color, I don't know. But the inside of all this, you can see where the subtle points are. It's all hand done for the molten interior. And then the flame is all painted manually. This is a very... Like, you have to understand that, like, to get the most out of some models, To get the most out of some models, you have to be an extraordinary painter. And this is an intimidating model to paint. If you lick the screen right where the Warhammer post is, you can taste the salty rage. Got my Harlequin sitting in a box. What are we going to get? Not an Eldar sights, but it seems quite so far. Yep. Twin avatars from 2 craft worlds. Oh no, the avatar is a belly button. That's well, the avatar is just it's an Eldar who's been turned into this. This is basically a possessed body, right? That's mutated and broken into Khaine's form. If you're enjoying your time here today, fellas, you might want to consider hitting that like button. We are doing our best to grow the channel, and it does help. We're only 20 subs away, boys. 20 subs away. Oh no, 19 subs away. We're 19 subs away from hitting the monthly goal. If we hit 1,000 by the end of this month, we will have a 12-hour stream next month, and we will have a 1 to 2 hour doggo stream next month. It's coming. It's coming, boys. It's on the horizon. Man, that's awesome. That is awesome. But yeah, it's literally an elf possessed by a demon. That's what it is. Oh, it's alright, Lightweight Jive. I forgive you for now. I'm slightly disappointed given the cannon design is so prevalent. I expected consistency. Where are the nips? Get out of here, Matthew Bureau. Stuart, we've got better shots even yet of the Avatar. That's part of what you've missed. You also missed us basically making fun of Chaos Space Marines for an hour and a half. It's alright, Lightweight Jive. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. So with that being said, boys, I'm a little bit tired at the moment. I'm probably going to sign out here and just get a couple more hours to sleep in. And yeah, this insane model to paint. I hope I myself am ready to paint this thing when it comes out. But with that being said, I will catch all of you guys later, and you guys all have yourselves a great day.